seen anything like that.
No good. Wide right.
Little roller up along first. Behind the bag. It gets through Buckner. Here comes Knight, and the Mets win it.
Oh, the band is out on the field. He's going to go into the end zone. He's going into the end zone. The Bears have won. The Bears have won. Oh, my God. You believe in miracles? Yes.
It's the Davey Mac Sports Program, where we talk the sports and other stuff like Mario Kart and video games and a tournament. But without any further ado, let's get to the reason why everybody's here. It's your host, ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only Eastside Dave McDonald.
Thank you so much. How about a round of applause for from the child? How about a round of applause from the child? Thank you.
Oh, I thought you were calling me a child.
Bobby Tamburro, producer extraordinaire, with the fantastic introduction. And if you're wondering what the hell is going on, we have a very special Davey Mac Sports Program for you this evening, this afternoon, this morning. We don't know what goddamn time of the day you're listening to.
We're international. That's how it works.
We don't care. We don't care about what time you're listening to the show. Now, is that an angry tone? Should I be so angry at the listeners? Yeah, I feel like I'm coming across angry.
Maybe.
And I like them. Okay, how about this? Hey, we appreciate how you listen to the show, Eastside Davidians. Thanks a lot for listening to the show. Is that going to work?
Thanks for taking a whole hour out of your day and setting it aside. No, I like that.
Does that work? Because some people are saying that's coming across now sarcastic, but I don't. Were you picking up on sarcasm with that?
I'm pretty sure I'm autistic and don't know what sarcasm means.
Do you know, like, a lot of people don't understand that I've had to battle this speech impediment my entire life.
Absolutely.
Where I'm sometimes sarcastic. And people think that I'm, just like, being a jerk. And I'm like, no. It's a speech impediment. It's something that I've tried to, I used to stutter a lot. I used to not say R's and S's. Everyone knows this. But I went to St. Catherine's, and the speech teacher would give me a Honey Nut Cheerio for when I would say a sentence properly. One Honey Nut Cheerio.
You better be spitting some paragraphs if you're going that route for breakfast.
I mean, by the way, that's a true story. One Honey Nut Cheerio. I remember her name, too, Mrs. Judge.
And it's Catholic school, so they've got money. They could get some
One
treats.
Honey Nut Cheerio for having to say, like, the elephants are going outside, and soon they will be running. Like, that would take me 38 seconds to say that one damn sentence.
Wow.
And she gives me one Cheerio. Anyway, one of the speech impediments that I also had to overcome was involuntary sarcasm. Like, hey, Robert, you're really looking good these days.
I'll kill you. I mean, thanks, Dave.
So,
Sometimes I don't pick up on the sarcasm filter.
So Roy Harder is out. He is out. Roy Harder, not out for good.
Yeah, I was like,
I know. Yeah. Sorry, I realized that also started sounding like a statement that no, Roy's doing something this week. It's got to be with the family, and he'll be back next week. So we said, we've been on quite a run. We could take a week off because we really are owed a week off. We really didn't take anything off in the summertime or this or that.
I think maybe even one of your producers texted you, for the love of God, Dave, I need a
Can
sabbatical.
we please take a week off? And I said, no! I said, it's supposed to rain. Because originally Bobby said, why don't we do a sports challenge? I want to do another sports challenge episode. We had a episode, if you go back a couple months, where Robert and I competed one-on-one in a sports challenge. We did basketball, tennis, and football. Field goal kicking football competition. So now we want to do, we got soccer, we got baseball, and a third sport that lacrosse. We want to bring in. Lacrosse, I don't know. I don't have lacrosse sticks.
Says the guy,
this is all
says the guy who was a captain of his lacrosse team.
Do you have lacrosse sticks?
I do.
You have multiple lacrosse sticks?
Have multiple
all right,
lacrosse
maybe
sticks.
it's lacrosse. Anyway, we do want to do a sports challenge. That was the idea today. But as you can see, it's raining cats and dogs, and I just stepped in a poodle.
How do you do it, Dave, man?
By the way, Enzo the dog is with me.
Enzo did not like it when you said you stepped in a poodle. He looked over like, what the fuck? That's my homie.
And then Stanley Mac is with us. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a couple topics right off the bat, do a little mini Davey Mac sports program. But then what I'm very excited for is the official Mario Kart round robin tournament where Robert, myself, and we're going to throw in Stanley Mac.
Oh,
my son and co-host of the Eastside Dave and Son Wrestling Show, which is nationally syndicated through Beasley Media in over 70 radio stations, okay, and markets throughout the United States of America.
Now,
They listen to this show, the Eastside Dave and Son Wrestling Show in Las Vegas, bro.
that doesn't surprise me.
Detroit, bro.
You can gamble on wrestling now. Where else are you going to get the best insight on all things
That's what I'm
wrestling?
talking
than the
about.
Davey Mac and Son sports program.
So
Now, is this
because-
the same
yeah.
Stan that we call the chosen one since he's been podcasting.
That is
for
it.
so
That's
many years
him, yeah.
That we think will deliver podcasting to the next
He
level.
has exactly one future. It's in broadcasting. If he doesn't get a broadcasting job, I fear for his future of doing nothing except sitting, twiddling his thumbs next to me on the couch.
It does feel like if he chooses a career other than broadcasting, at some point, maybe age 30 or so, somebody's going to come along and be like, we need you to broadcast. You're our only hope.
I mean,
And
he
then
should
for the
be.
sake of the galaxy.
He should broadcast. So here's the other thing I want to do, Robert. When it's me versus you, I want Stanley announcing.
Okay.
When it's me versus Stanley, I want you announcing.
Okay.
When it's you versus Stanley, I want me announcing.
Okay.
Okay, the round robin will work with if you win a race, you get a point, and the two guys with the most points at the end win. If it's a tie, we'll have a playoff in order to get to the finals. Okay, if everyone is tied at 1-1,
Yeah, as you said, I think
then we're just going to keep going.
Yeah, I was doing the math.
Then we're going to do another round robin. Okay,
Yeah.
and if we're tied after a second round robin.
We're gonna play in the car on the way to the dojo of comedy.
Well, I was going to say, we're going to bring my mom. I'm going to call up Beanie Mac, tell her to get over here, because we need a fourth player, basically a stooge that we can defeat so that we can continue with the tournament, okay? That sounds good, right?
Unfortunately, Bobo was unavailable this weekend. He was
know.
going to be our stooge.
I know. These guys, what?
He would plays her BB because then whoever would play her would basically have a first round bye.
Well, that's why I'd be playing BB. I am her son, and I believe that matchup makes the most sense. And yeah, I mean, the fact that she's 81 years old and can barely drive an actual car, let alone a Mario Kart car. I mean, but basically, whether it's a real life, big car or a little video game cartoon car, both cars with Beanie Mac go into the tree all the time. I mean, Robert, this woman has never looked backwards when backing up. She's never once just give it that. She just gets in there, hits reverse, bam, she's off and going.
You get out of her way.
Yeah, I guess.
you think
What, she just robbed a bank? What is this, the end of the Blues Brothers with Beanie Mac?
Do you think Saquon Barkley looks back when he's running, or do you think people just get out of his way?
Stanley, do you hear how he pronounces Saquon?
Saquon?
He pronounces it Saquon because he went to Penn State.
Yeah, we went to
And
Spanish class together.
he says that this is how you pronounce it. There is not one member in the sports media who pronounces it Saquon.
Okay.
Everyone pronounces it Saquon Barkley.
I'm telling you, the next time you guys see Saquon, you yell that out and see if he does not turn to look at you.
Saquon.
I guarantee you he does.
But then why does everyone else call him Saquon?
It's his test.
The Kelseys, I was telling you.
Yeah. All right.
It's
well, we can't hear you if you're not on the mic. What? Come here.
The same thing as like the Kelseys. Their name is actually Kels.
He tries to tell me that the guy's name is Travis Kelce. I don't care. Everyone has been calling him Travis Kelce. He's now dating Taylor Swift, and all I got to hear from the goddamn magazine is Travis Kelce is dating Taylor Swift. Not Kelce. Both. Robert and Stanley Mac. With the Saquon and the Kelce. It's like 2-on-1 over here. I don't know if this is, some sort of foreshadowing for the Mario Kart tournament.
I wonder if the Kelsey brothers ever went 2-on-1 on T-Swizzle.
Jeez, oh God, please.
Dave, I got to tell you a story. So my last name we pronounce Tamburro.
Yeah.
My grandfather.
Tamburro?
Tamburro. My grandfather was 72. We're all at Thanksgiving dinner one day, and my aunt's teaching us the proper way to pronounce it, and he just looks up and goes, "That's not right." And for, I guess, 72 years, he just accepted people say it's supposed to be Boro, like Tamburro.
Yeah.
And we go, Tamburro. And I'm just sticking with it. I can't change.
So it's supposed to be Robert Tamburro, and it's Robert Tamburro.
Yeah,
You're right. I do call you Tamburro.
and that's the way I pronounce it. But apparently at age 22, my grandfather thought that was a good time to let us all know. No, we've been wrong.
Fantastic. All right, let's go. Let's give you a little sports before we get into the Mario Kart tournament. Just doing a few topics here and there. College football, where we're doing this on a Saturday. And right now, as we speak, Florida State and Clemson are in overtime. Clemson's 2-1. Florida State, the 4th-ranked team in the country, 3-0. Florida State, like I said, has that 7-point lead in overtime. But Clemson does have the ball on the 4th and 2. Clemson has the ball.
This is the game right here.
I tell you what, Dabo Sweeney is they're on him in Clemson. The guy literally won 2 national championships very recently.
Not known for football.
Right, and they're ready to run him out of the stadium, it seems like. I mean, I'm seeing all this Dabo 4th and 2. Incompletion. You see that shit in college football all the time, where the quarterback never gives his wide receiver a remote chance to make the catch. 4th and 2, Clemson had the ball, and the quarterback threw it about 4 feet over his wide receiver's head and behind him. So that's it. Florida State will win. Florida State snaps a 7-game losing streak against Clemson, and Florida State, the 4th-ranked team in the country, will hold on to their top 5 ranking, I'm assuming, as they advance and they defeat Clemson. But Dabo Sweeney, man, I don't know.
He's in trouble, but Dave,
He's in trouble.
Let's focus on the positive. Not since Jameis Winston was stealing crab legs and inappropriately touching girls have we seen a Florida State team this hot.
Florida State has not had the greatest 21st century. Florida State was all over the place in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
It was one of the best football programs. It's almost as if Florida State and Miami just decided, we've played all of our best football. We don't care about the 21st century anymore.
And what's unique is both of those schools actually, it's a debate who adopted the position, this coaching position first. But did you know they were the first schools to have a coach whose only job was to go bail out their players on Saturday mornings so they could play the game?
Is that true?
That's what my grandfather used to say.
So that's Clemson.
Criminal stand.
Florida State. Tonight, 7 o'clock or 7:30. Big matchup between my Notre Dame Fighting Irish and Ohio State. The Buckeyes. Woo! 2 teams in the top 10. 2 teams coming into the game undefeated. Last year, Ohio State, while they were a great team, Notre Dame took them to the limit in Ohio State. And they didn't have a quarterback. They got this Sam Hartford guy, or Hartman, who, again, his hair, way too nice.
He reminds me so much of Sonny from Remember the Titans.
Well, yeah, it's just
Sunshine.
When he has hairdresser's hair. You know, it's like in fact, the whole presentation, he's got the beard, but it's like seriously trim. And then he's got like long, like a big do up there, but it's like perfectly like parted, and he just looks like a big hairdresser, this Hartman. But my point is, he is a quarterback. He's finally doing something. Notre Dame's had a great defense, rushing game, and tight ends for the past 10 years, but they haven't had a quarterback. This Hartman finally looks to be the guy. I say Notre Dame upsets the Buckeyes in South Bend, Indiana tonight. Bam! That's a Davey Mac guarantee.
Wow. I got to tell you, Dave, this game carries a ton of weight that people I don't think are giving it enough credit for. Because right now, if you look at the top 20, I think 4 are Big Ten schools.
Absolutely.
If you look at any interconference play that isn't those 4 schools, the Big Ten's just gotten the crap kicked out of it.
Nope.
So I think this is really going to be a test of the best of the Big Ten versus a solid opponent. And honestly, if it was the Tressel era or even the Urban Meyer era, I'd be more confident in taking Ohio State. But I think you're right. I think Notre Dame's going to go in and show them what old school football is all about.
Let's go.
What color jerseys are they wearing? That's my biggest concern. It seems like they've tarnished the green machine.
When they wear the green jerseys, they have had less luck than when they have their classic navy blue and gold. So I agree with you, and we'll see what happens with that. By the way, speaking of Big Ten, Rutgers got shellacked by Michigan today. I checked out of the game 31-7, so Michigan will defeat Rutgers. Now, the other thing is Deion Sanders, the man who ranked his 5 children on Instagram. His team, Colorado's playing Oregon. And this is another big-time matchup. I believe Oregon is ranked 10th, either 10th or 9th in the country. Deion's gotten Colorado, I think, up to 18 or so, 18 or 19, and they're undefeated. Deion is the story of college football this year.
Absolutely. You got to love what he's doing. And more importantly, what was the Oregon coach thinking? Because he made comments again.
Oh, the other, you mean the Colorado State coach?
No, the Oregon coach.
The Oregon coach is saying stuff now.
He made a comment preseason about how Colorado doesn't even deserve to be in the conference or something along those lines. And why are they giving primetime locker board material?
Yeah, I mean, that's stupid. Every time someone shoots his mouth off against primetime, he makes them regret it.
He set up his whole persona between Deion and Primetime. Primetime was supposed to get you to say something that could irritate Deion to make him play better. And he's taken that philosophy and embedded it into his whole football team.
The guy's been a success.
Just shut your mouth and
for
play
30
football.
years now. Starting with being the best defensive player in college football, then the best D-back in the NFL, then winning a World Series with the Braves. Then he coaches high school football. Everyone thinks, oh, that's kind of nice. But then all of a sudden the team starts winning state titles. Then he goes into college. Everyone's like, wow, I don't think he'll do that good. And then he starts winning Division II titles or whatever in college. And now he goes to Colorado. He's a Hall of Famer. And I don't know what's not to like.
Whether he doesn't do anything the rest of the season, they weren't projected to win more than 3 games.
I know. They've already been a success.
The biggest game.
They won 1 game last year.
The biggest game attendance-wise they've ever had in school's history.
No, this is huge.
It's incredible.
It's huge. And then the last college football game I'll touch on is Ole Miss versus Alabama. Because if Alabama loses to Ole Miss, that's it. Bye-bye. That'll be their second loss of the season. Ole Miss is coming in undefeated. Now, I'm telling you, pressure is on with Saban. 2 losses this year. I don't see Alabama getting to the college playoffs with 2 losses. No, sir. I know. Doesn't matter. Matter.
I think 2 losses makes it tough, and I got to tell you, there's nothing more Ole Miss fans like than ruining Alabama's season.
Absolutely. Like Eli Manning played for Ole Miss.
Absolutely. If they had a choice between winning the national championship and losing to Alabama or beating Alabama and keeping them out of the playoffs, they would take beating Alabama and keeping them out of the playoffs every time.
I know I would.
It's going to be a good game.
Eli Manning would. I don't like Nick Saban with those Geico commercials. And he's always, hey, here's how you can save on car insurance. It's like, Nick, my brother works for State Farm, okay? So I don't need you pushing your goddamn Geico on me the way, Peyton tried to push HGH on me when I was about 9 or 10. Because he said, you look like a runt. He said to me, Eli, you're the runt of the Manning family. What he doesn't know is for his 55th birthday party, I'm getting him a shotgun blast to the face. And the reason why is I haven't forgotten it, Peyton. I'll never forget it, Peyton. I'll never forget what you said to me, Peyton. Yes, may I help you?
And Enzo got worried when you were being Eli. He
doesn't like that kind of...
Do you think Eli, that's what he did? He channeled Peyton, like when he would beat Tom Brady, like Waterboy style?
Yeah, he did.
Tom's out there like, I'm not your brother.
Have you ever seen when they have the one little Manning football game when they're kids in the backyard? And this one they've shown. It exists. And Peyton grabs Eli and throws him down. He tackles him. But it's kind of like a horse collar. And you actually hear Eli say, hey, Daddy, he grabbed me by the neck. And he's got tears coming out. He's like, it's a horse collar, Daddy. He grabbed me by the neck. The funniest thing ever. So that's a college football. Pro football, Giants got destroyed by the San Francisco 49ers. And I thought that was going to happen.
It wasn't Purdy, Dave.
Well, listen, the bottom line is this.
You get it? It wasn't Purdy?
Purdy. It wasn't Purdy. Like Brock damn Purdy.
How'd he play?
Without Saquon, the Giants are a bad football team. With Saquon, the Giants are a playoff football team. That's the difference Saquon Barkley literally makes with the G-Men. That's it right there. So, no Saquon, and you're going, listen, the top 3 teams in the NFC obviously are the Niners, Cowboys, and Eagles. That's it. They're the cream of the crop. Everybody else is behind. But it doesn't mean that you don't try. Like, the whole point is you try to sneak in the playoffs and be hot when the playoffs begin. That's how the Giants won the 2 Super Bowls with Eli.
That's how they win.
All right? And that's how a lot of teams are winning these days.
Even think about the Seahawks, who were under 500 and almost made it to the Super Bowl. Like, it's about when you get hot at the right time.
Exactly.
You don't need to be good the whole season. Would you say, though, it feels like this NFL season with the injuries happening, it's the most wide open I've felt like the NFL's been
I agree.
in a while.
I think that Travis Kelce, his knee injury, I don't like where he is right now. Between the knee injury and the Taylor Swift dating. Mahomes lost Tyreek Hill last year. He can't be having an either injured or distracted Travis Kelce. I don't like the Chiefs this year. So I think the AFC is very open. I agree with you. The NFC, I gave you the 3 teams that I like. Niners, Cowboys, and Eagles. But I like the Giants. I'm not giving up on them since they're 1-2. For me, the whole point of the Giants is beat the teams you have to beat this year. When you're favored to win, you must win those games. And then you lose to the Eagles, you lose to the Cowboys, no big whoop. Beat the teams you got to beat.
You pick up one lucky upset, and that might be enough to get you in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
So I agree with you.
And win the winnable games.
I honestly think the difference between Giants fans and fans like me of the Browns and of, say, the Jets is that you guys fall into the trap of hope. And it's all Eli Manning's fault. He got you those 2 Super Bowls that, let's be honest,
he's the best.
You didn't deserve.
Best player of all time.
I agree.
I do not think there's a better NFL player in the history of the league than Eli Manning. I mean, think about what he had to deal with. He's stupid. Okay. So he had to overcome all of the mental, issues that he has.
But
and then there's the accent.
He could.
Hi, I'm Eli Manning. And I play football for the New York Giants. He had a lot to overcome if you think about it.
I give you all that, but he could at least throw the football.
Hell yeah, he could. Those wobbly little ducks that he could throw 65 yards.
I know what you're saying, but compared to my most dominant player, which was Tim Tebow, when you think about what he had to overcome, which is everything you just said about Eli.
Well, you're a Browns fan, yeah?
Yeah, I just like Tebow. He was a winner.
How about, Tebow never played for the Browns.
No, but
he's
he did
Broncos, Patriots, Jets.
I like players who win despite not doing things the way you're supposed to. Tebow. Jeremy Lin.
This is the whole.
I like.
Now I'm
Steph
getting some
Curry.
insight into what makes you tick. And let me tell you something. It's scary. It's a scary. And now I'm getting some insight. You just like doing things differently. But do you forget that Tebow sucked? So yes, he did things differently.
Yeah, I do forget that he sucked.
He did things so differently. He failed out of the league in 3 years.
I think if you look at winning percentage versus starting quarterbacks in the NFL today, Tebow's going to stack up pretty goddamn well.
No, he's not. Tebow couldn't throw for nothing. Do you know that he had a windup like a right fielder in baseball, which is why in the NFL he was the most easily interceptable quarterback of all time.
Okay,
a quarterback's got to be bam, right to the ear, bam, out, right to the ear,
record.
out. Not winding up like you're Dave Winfield trying to throw out a guy at third.
Hey, sometimes the uniqueness doesn't pay off, and Tebow's case, you're right.
He's like 31, Robert. He'd still be in the league right now if he was any good.
When I was playing 2K and shooting threes every time up the court, people went, that's crazy. And then Steph Curry started doing it, and now it's the way of the NBA. So sometimes, you know what I mean? Like,
you're comparing yourself to Steph Curry because you took half-court shots in a goddamn high school basketball game just to piss off your coach.
In a video game.
Oh,
in
no, because I know that you had an issue with your basketball coach, and you used to do little tricks and little games.
Mark Hoffstas, who I hope's burning in hell right now, you piece of shit. I got edited because there are certain audience members here.
Oh, that's Stanley's cool.
No, I know. But
He doesn't mind.
It's more politeness.
He's heard. Thank you.
Stan's a legend. I don't want
Stan's a legend.
to come off as like a psycho in front of him.
No, that's too late.
I would do
That's
things.
too goddamn late. You don't understand how much of a football fan he is. He's a football freak. The fact that you just tried to come here and say that Tim Tebow is a great quarterback, he is seriously disturbed at you now.
I'm going to do a little research and present some stats.
Now, Giannis. So quickly, NBA. Giannis wants out. Well, no, I shouldn't say that. Let me take that back.
There's everybody else who lives in Milwaukee.
All right. Giannis did say he is worried that the Milwaukee Bucks organization are not continuing to go for a championship, and he says if this team is not if this organization is not focused on winning championships, I want to be traded. More scuttlebutt, just like Joel Embiid, that Giannis would not mind being traded to the Knicks. Look, Dolan, I don't care what you got to do. If you can get either Giannis or Embiid, I am telling you, I will sacrifice my firstborn son. I will do that in the middle of Madison Square Garden, at halftime of a Knicks game. Like, Robert, you're good with the Bible. Abraham did, somebody.
God told him not to.
Abraham and somebody. Someone had to sacrifice their firstborn son. Isaac.
Yeah.
That's what I'm willing to do, Dolan. If you can get me either Giannis or Embiid, I don't care. Excuse me? Wait, come here, please. Please. Look at this person. Give a nice smile. And tell everyone your name, please.
Stanley, I did not
Stanley
agree to
what?
this.
Stanley what?
McDonald.
Stanley Mac. Now look at this beautiful kid. He will be sacrificed at halftime. We will get a sword. Robert will get a sword, and we will split him in half with the sword if you get us either Giannis or Joel Embiid. Sound good to you, buddy? Sounds good to him. Get out of here. Get out of here, I said. So, it sounds good to him is what he said.
Yeah.
My God, Giannis. That's all. Giannis and Jalen Brunson. Giannis and Jalen Brunson. You couldn't stop that tandem. Ever.
I know I'm living in fantasy land, but Butler and Embiid would be the only combination in the East if they hadn't let him go.
Well, now we all want these guys.
Fucking Tobias Harris.
Oh, you know what? I'd take Brunson and Giannis as a 1-2 punch point guard and center over Butler and Embiid. I really would. I don't know why Jalen Brunson did not make the All-Star team last year. He was a ridiculous All-Star. Jalen Brunson should have had MVP votes.
I could not agree with you more.
Jalen Brunson was amazing last year. If you watched Knicks basketball, all he did was clutch basket, clutch basket, clutch basket. Good pass, good pass. The guy's got heart, grit, toughness.
The lifeblood of that team. They
Also
played
the
as he
lifeblood.
played, and if you're truly talking the most valuable player to a team, he's the one who kept him around.
He wasn't. It's not just that Jalen Brunson's the most talented player on the team. He's also the heart and soul, the hustle guy, the toughness guy, the I'm not going to quit, I'm going to fight guy.
Yeah,
the
kind of
guy's
like
incredible.
the Davey Mac show.
Thank you. All right, last one before we go into the Mario Kart tournament. Stephen A. Smith was honored by the New York Yankees 2 days ago in order to they gave him the opportunity to throw out the first pitch. This is ESPN's Stephen A. Smith, the first take. He bounced it. He bounced it like a good Robert 7 feet before home plate. It almost looked like a basketball bounce pass to the catcher. Horrible.
Was he going for velocity?
It looked like he tried to get back there and throw in a fastball. And I always tell people, man, unless you're a pitcher, don't try and get in there and throw it. You will bounce it from the mound. You will bounce it from the mound if you're not used to it.
Because
this was a terrible pass.
I was thinking if you went in and tried to throw like an ephus or a knuckleball and it bounces, you go, okay, did it have the movement you were looking for? But if he was going for, just get across the plate, that's not good.
Well, I mean, Robert, this was one of the worst throws I've ever seen. Now,
You're a celebrity. Have you ever had the opportunity to do one?
Stanley, have I thrown a first pitch before?
Yes.
And did I throw it over the plate?
It was over the plate.
What did I bounce it? Robert's asking.
No, he didn't bounce it. It was about 5 inches over the plate. It was
5 inches over the plate.
Okay, so it was a sinker you were getting for him to go.
I threw a curveball.
Oh, okay. Nice. You were getting him to try to bite. I get it.
But it didn't touch the dirt.
It didn't touch it up, but I remember one day you flew high.
One day I threw high, not over the catcher.
Oh, you're just getting
High strike. Because I was envisioning having to throw against Aaron Judge. It was a strike on Judge.
If I know
the guy's
anything about
7'9".
If I know anything about you, it's that you go against the best.
Right. I'm envisioning throwing at a hitter when I throw my first pitches. So I was going against Judge, which we all know is 8'4".
I plan on throwing at a hitter anytime I pitch, so that's why I don't get allowed to pitch often.
Robert, it's time.
It is
The
time.
Mario Kart round robin shall begin right now. Now, here's what I'd like to do. First matchup, me versus Stanley, Robert announcing.
Gotcha.
Second matchup, Robert Stanley, me announcing. Third matchup, me, Robert, Stanley announcing.
Makes sense.
You get a point.
For a win.
No, how about this? You get 2 points for each win.
Makes sense to me.
All right? And at the end, whoever's got the most points is the champion. And the champion, I didn't even show you, gets this gorgeous Super Mario Kart championship belt, which I personally designed. I had, Robert, the finest leather and gold belt makers in the Northeast make this championship belt. As you can see, Mario is on the front of it. So this is,
I didn't realize I was dealing with playing for such a high level trophy.
Retail value. I got this appraised at my local diamond merchant, and this has been appraised at $175,000.
Seems like a steal at that price.
So, let's get into it. We're going to start the Mario Kart tournament, the round robin tournament. First matchup is Stanley Mac versus Robert.
No, I thought you said it was you versus Stan.
That's right. First matchup is me versus Stanley.
Sorry.
And Robert will be the announcing. Let's get to the action.
And we'll be right back after this brief commercial break. And we are back on the first ever Davey Mac sports program, Mario Kart Challenge. Right now I am commentating, and some things went down during the break that we weren't expecting. The first thing of which was Dave broke a tooth on the microphone.
It's happened like twice today. All right, Robert, the race is going to start soon.
Yeah, we're starting the first
Good
race.
luck.
Good luck.
Good luck to everyone. The first race is starting. We've got Dave on the right.
No, I'm on the left.
We've got Stanley Mac on the right. We've got Davey Mac on the left. And one thing that happened during the break is we decided we're going to do a cup, which is composed of 4 races instead of just an individual race. We got a little extra time. Why not? And right out of the gate, we've got a solid second and third approach. Davey Mac making a move to get into first. He's doing dance moves while he's jumping. Stanley hot on his tail. What's interesting for the people watching at home is they do look the same, but Stanley Mac has overtaken Dave. He hits the double shell, or double box. I like to hit a double box. They are both flying hand in hand. We've got Stanley Mac taking advantage. I'm in big trouble here, Robert.
No.
Ooh, goodness. Both Macs getting hit with shells. Davey Mac all the way down to 4th place. This should get him some good items, though, and he does get the mushrooms accordingly. Stanley Mac recovers to second place, so we've got second and fourth as we head into the second lap. Still going strong. Oh, they just traded places. Stanley Mac's got a shell guarding himself. I like that. He has been known in the past to hold on to items too long. Davey Mac slowly overcoming first place.
Hey, he's the announcer. That's what he's allowed to do. You gotta be stronger than that. Oh, yeah!
Oh, Stanley gets some big items, and he's using them
no!
almost as if to shut me up, and he hits Davey Mac. Here we go. Stanley Mac makes his move into first place. Davey Mac some work to do as we enter the third lap. He's in third.
I was feeling good.
Stanley Mac gets double boxed. So does Dave. Lots of bananas. Dave's dropping his as he flies. I kind of like Stanley Mac using his for defense here. He's in first, and he knows. Oh, a good deflection by Stanley Mac. And right now, Stanley avoided the ink from the Scorpion. He's in second. Davey Mac overtakes him. 1 and 2, 2 and 1. Oh, he hits Dave with a green shell. Lightning gets everybody. Dave bounces to second. This is going to be a sprint to the finish here. The stairs will help break everybody, hopefully. A blue shell hits Stanley Mac, and that's going to give Dave the opportunity he may need. Yoshi, pulling away, comes in first.
Oh, that will. I will take the win. Here's what we. The point process is this. I think this is the point process. Whoever wins the race gets the 1 point. If you get first place, then you get 2 points.
I think that's a great way.
Now, I did not get first place.
No, so it's 1-0.
It's just 1-0, and that was a phenomenal race. Let's go. Shake my hand. You had it though. You got hit by a first place shell. Come here. Let's get you here. You had a first place shell, and what happened?
And then it just came and it hit me.
First place shell destroyed Stanley Mac, and basically the Dave man. He took advantage, Robert, and Davey Mac picks up a point in the first ever Mario Kart Round Robin Championship Tournament Challenge.
That was a big point, and I got to say, I was feeling pretty good about Stanley Mac. He was holding the banana back, used it to deflect the red shell when he was in first. I was like, oh, he's going to make me eat my words. And then a blue shell came, but you can't get away from a blue shell.
Those first place shells are the worst.
Yeah, it's really, especially when you're playing one-on-one and neither of you threw the blue shell.
Yeah.
But we'll see how Stanley adjusts, how Stanley adapts, and if he can put some heat on Dave, man, I would say right now, this is probably the favorite matchup.
Well,
1 versus 2 seed, I would imagine.
Maybe, but you know what? The next matchup is going to be Robert versus Stanley, and I am very curious to see how. Yes.
We're doing a cup. What's that? We're changing it from a cup. We're not doing a cup.
Well, yeah, because cups take like 15 minutes each, so then it would be like 45 minutes of Mario Kart. We do have an audience to consider.
Alrighty, we are doing just one race apiece. We will be right back after this.
And we are back, and now matchup number 2, Robert.
Mr. Announcer?
Yes, versus Stanley Mac.
What is go?
You pray. What is go? You gotta keep your hand on A. Okay, the top left button is weapons. Top right button is drift. All right.
Tell him all of that.
I mean, Robert has skills, Stanley Mac. All right, here we go. And Robert is on the left. We actually made his own custom me for him. Stanley Mac is on the right. So far, pretty good race right here. I'm not seeing anything that's offensive. Robert using those weapons aggressively, which I appreciate. I'm a weapons guy. Get my hands on the weapons and make me use those weapons. Now, of course, sometimes the weapons are good for a shield.
This whole thing is you trash talking me, isn't it?
Stanley Mac. No, I haven't trash talked you once, Stanley Mac. Not once.
Oh.
So far, Robert and Stan. Stan is in first place here. Robert is he's struggling right now. He's got some mushrooms. Robert's got to pick up his game. I don't know what the heck is happening here. This is kind of the way Robert drives in real life, actually. It's like a lot of, bizarre, questionable turns.
Like that one. That's
Stopping the car in the middle of the road. Where is he going? Robert Tamburro having a meltdown, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, but a great green shell from Robert.
By me. Oh, green shell by him.
I know. Well, Stanley Mac, you're in first. You're just having a nice, beautiful tour through Paris. This is like, you're on like it's like just a nice tour guide type of deal with Stan. Robert, though, he's got some work to do. There you go. You're going to want to use that piranha plant there, Robert. And Robert's in 7th place, and he is going to. We've got one more lap. One more lap to go. Stanley is in 1st. Robert is in 7th as we head.
My controllers, my setups on tilt controllers, but that's fine.
Here we go. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of the Oh, Robert flies out of bounds. He's still in 7th. We are on the 3rd and final lap. Stanley Mac still in 1st place. Remember, if he beats Robert, he gets a point. If he finishes in 1st, he can get 2 points. Oh, my God. Robert flies into the ground again in what is just an absolutely... I thought, here he comes. Robert's coming back. Robert is in 5th. Stanley's in 1st. It's going to be Robert's in 4th. Robert putting on the comeback. Oh, but that will do it. Stanley Mac crosses the finish line. He's in 1st. And Robert Tamburro with a furious comeback, but he will finish in 4th. So Stanley will get the 1 point with the win plus the point for finishing in 1st place. Unbelievable. Meanwhile, Robert Tamburro, with one of the more confusing roller coaster races we've ever seen, flying in and out of bounds. Unbelievable. That's going to set up Bobby Tamburro versus Davey Mac, match 3, and then we will have the finals after that. Then if Robert wins, then it's me and Robert will play if Robert wins, then me and Robert have to play each other again to play Stanley in the finals. If I win, I automatically match up against Stanley in the finals. That's how it is.
And if so basically it doesn't matter what place you take. If you beat me, you face Stan in the finals.
How? You didn't win yours.
He won the first race against you and took.
No, you didn't get first.
So he got 1 point.
But I got 2.
Right. So if he beats me, though, he'll get 1 point, and then it'll be 2-2. And we're doing it the round robin to do the finals. So
but if you win and you don't get first, I would win overall.
If I beat Robert, I will get 1 point. You and I will be tied with 2 points each. That's why we're going to play in the finals. This is easy to come up with.
But that's true. But if he beats you and you don't win if he beats you and he doesn't win,
right?
Then I would win. Now if he beats
you win the whole
first, it would be
That's true. That's true. Yes.
In the finals.
Okay, fair enough.
And here we go.
All right.
I'm trying to say the different outcomes.
I'm getting my motorcycle and
Didn't choose the vehicle you told me to.
no, I said if you told classic stages, which one? You choose. Rainbow Road. Listen to this guy with the Rainbow Road and the Yoshi's Castle already. Moo Meadows. That's an old school Nintendo 64 board.
So good at that board, you don't want to do it.
I'm good at all the boards. I'm the Mario Kart champion. What do you want from me? I'm going to be good at everything. But this is old school.
Toad Harbor.
Toad Harbor? Where's that?
One more to the right. Go one more to the right. That one.
By the way, also
This? TikTok clock you want?
What does that do?
It's cool. It's big clocks.
All right. By the way, if you win and you finish first, you win overall. Just let you know.
You would win if you there wouldn't be a
win and
finals if
finish
you take first place.
You would win.
No finals if you take first.
Yeah.
That's right.
So this is a lot riding on it here.
Come on.
All right, so if I get first place, I win this whole entire Mario Kart round robin championship challenge.
It would be smart if Stan offered me a bribe here to just sit in last place till I got a blue shell to ensure you won but didn't take first. Right? That would be a good strategy.
Yeah. I would take. The race is on the way.
Here we go.
How do I do a wheelie?
There is no wheelie.
David Softson second. Third
Which
for
side of the
Robert.
track you want me on here, buddy? Should I be sticking left or right?
Stick. Probably right.
Oh man, this tournament's over.
Oh boy.
Oh God.
What you don't know
He's good at TikTok clock.
TikTok clock is one of my best boards ever. That was a horrible decision, but don't worry about it.
Oh, I forgot to press the button.
Oh, that was blowing. Oh, God.
I was holding the microphone.
That meant nothing.
Look at this. Oh, look at that shell shot.
That ain't used to doing video games. Wow. Now, team.
Keep up the play-by-play.
Wobbit and fluff.
Ooh, doing some drifting. That was a technique I didn't know was available in this game.
Oh, yeah, I told you.
Oh, lightning gets everybody. This might be my
Davey
chance.
Mac in first. Let's see. Third. There's lightning. Palpatine must have struck.
Ooh, I like the reference. You guys may know Eastside Dave's #1 R-rated Star Wars podcast.
That's right.
Yep.
Yaddle Channel.
Yaddle Channel is climbing up the charts with unbelievable success, just like my Mario Kart game.
Yeah.
This thing is, I believe I might win this whole
I think
tournament.
you're winning, Daddy.
Robert, unless you get a miracle, I'm winning this.
Wobbit, come on. First place out. Come on.
There's another lap, right?
One more
This is
lap.
it, Robert. This is the third lap. Third lap,
Wobbit
Robert.
needs a miracle.
A big miracle.
Come on.
Robert!
Wobbit.
Robert!
Wobbit.
What's the item gonna be? Oh, good. More fucking mushrooms.
The mushroom does nothing this
Robert,
game.
you're not playing poorly. Oh, now you are. You were not playing poorly until just the last few minutes.
That's it, I think.
That's it.
It is official. The winner. Hold
Oh,
on.
wait a second.
Lights out.
Uh-oh. Oh, no!
Oh, my God.
It's going to have to be a finals.
Come on.
Oh, there's
Finals.
Gonna have to be a finals as Davey Mac finishes in second
My God.
place at the very last second. I had a snafu. I could have ended the final. I could have ended the entire tournament. That is a big regret on my part because I could have won the entire tournament, and instead my cart spun out, hit into the wall. Robert did not play poorly, finished in fourth place.
Both races, I'll point out. Both races. Like, I was consistent.
I thought you played pretty well.
I'd be a good #2 driver on your team. Like, you're the Dale Earnhardt. I'm the guy backing you up, taking out the rest of the competition. I'm getting you points no matter what. It may not be first, but I'm consistent.
A lot of these video game leagues, Robert, these days, you see them have 4-man, 5-man teams. A lot of them have 4-man teams, 5-man teams. I would definitely put you on my team. No, I would. What's that? I mean,
Because I feel like I was squeezing them the whole time.
all right. Well, listen. Let's get ready for the finals. It's the finals. It's Davey Mac versus Stanley Mac for the finals, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back in just a second.
Okay, so we are back, currently doing some map selection. Because Stanley Mac placed first, due to tiebreakers, he was allowed to select the course. The controversy is it does not seem like there is a course Davey Mac is bad at.
No, I mean, he is selected Sunshine Airport. I did inform him this is one of my best boards. But I'm going to give you credit, Stanley Mac. You know, by winning that, you're the only one to get a first place finish thus far. And in doing so, you secured your trip to the finals. Stanley Mac, Davey Mac, in the finals, baby.
Does remind me a lot of when LeBron and Steph Curry first went head-to-head in the finals. We've got the established legend. We've got the young man taking the league by storm. And as of right now, we got a second and third place. We got Davey Mac in second. He's got a red shell. Stanley Mac in third. He's got some greens. Both of them are holding the weapons long. For Dave, who criticizes Stan all the time, it's awfully long to be holding a red shield.
I'm in first, Robert, so I'm using this as a shield.
It's a shield, but it didn't seem to stop you from getting hit from that. And Stan quickly learns instant karma as he is talking trash and gets smacked himself.
Is the karma gonna get you?
It's a lot easier to talk trash watching. No, trust me, I am not
strongly
Stan.
doubt that. I have heard nothing but pro Stanley comments.
We've got Davey
Which
Mac.
is actually bothering me, Robert. I know he's my son, and
I called
this
you
is
the
sports,
LeBron.
baby. This is sports. Oh no, I'm in big trouble here, Robert.
We've got some trouble brewing. Stanley cruising
cannot get a
along.
weapon.
3 banana
Oh,
shield.
no!
Davey Mac getting beat up on what he claimed to be his best course. Lightning hits everybody.
Oh, my
That's
God.
okay. Right bumper to bounce out of it, Stan. Right bumper to shake out of it, Stan.
What?
Right bumper to shake out of it.
What that means?
Bounce. That's how you break lightning faster.
Is it?
At least it wasn't the Wii version. That's the last time I was any good at
about to say, like,
Mario
I didn't know
Kart.
it popped
Davey Mac's making his move. Stan still solidly in first, but Davey Mac hot on second place. Stan makes the jump into first place. Will he finish lap 2 in first? We don't know. Dave's making moves on second place.
taking any chances.
Both holding bananas. Dave's got a shield. Coin used blue shell incoming. Break. Oh, no. Hits Stan. This might be Dave's opportunity.
No, not.
Davey Mac moves into first. Stan into third.
That's it.
Oh, they got bumped. Still an opportunity. First and second.
Come on.
Dave has no weapons. Stan has no weapons. Both have hit the jump, take the shortcut. That's big. Dave gets a banana for a shield. Stan gets a red shell. This might be the moment we've all been waiting for.
Please. I beg.
As they jump into the final lap, Dave pulling ahead. He hits the bump. Stan
right
misses it.
Music.
Dave trash talking. The jump. What's the second
Music.
weapon?
You have music.
We got some screen watching going on between
Oh, no,
Stan.
blue shell!
Blue shell
Do I have enough
incoming.
time? No!
It hits Davey Mac. Stan throws his red shell as Dave crosses the line. Oh my
That
goodness.
was amazing. No, what a great
What
race.
an epic
Oh, my
race.
God.
Oh, my God. Come here.
Hands are
Great job.
shaking.
I'll give you ice cream for that job. I'll give you ice cream for that job. But who's the champion?
Okay.
Who's the champion? Now, where's my championship belt?
We gotta
Robert,
give him the
I
belt.
demand my championship belt ceremony. Thank you very much.
After all, the end is near.
Here was what are we doing? Frank Sinatra? Oh, yeah. I did it my way.
Which, of course, was Jeter's walk-off.
Listen, I just want to thank everybody who believed in me for Mario Kart all these years. Thank you so much, and I want to thank my kids at home. Kids, Daddy's coming home with the gold. Kids, Daddy's coming home with the
And we are
gold,
at your
kids.
home.
Kids, Daddy's coming home with the gold, kids. Daddy, please, the Enzo's got the belt.
Enzo is the new Mario Kart
Enzo's got the championship. Your new Mario Kart championship is Enzo the dog.
Come on. I think none of us won.
Well, Robert, that's going to do it, I believe, for the DMSP.
Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in.
I had a great time. I would like to thank Bobby Tamburro. I'd like to thank Stanley Mac.
And I got to tell you, I'm
I'd like to thank
excited
myself.
about the future of McDonald Mario Kart based on the showing of Stanley Mac today.
Absolutely.
He had you right on the ropes till the end. We thought the red shell might be enough. If it had gotten off a second sooner, who knows what we'd be talking about right now. But what I like is we got a bright young future from the young man.
No question about it. He brought his A game. It was, he nearly had 2 first-place finishes. I had to squeak out that final race, but I won, didn't I?
Talk about the
And I'm thankful that I'm the champion.
and talk about the McDonald genealogy. He had to beat me to get in the finals.
Yeah, he had to beat Bobby. I am proud. You know what? I am proud that you beat the producer extraordinaire Bobby Tamburro. That I'm proud of.
He had to win first place to even give himself a shot, and he did. So,
He did. So he
unfortunate. Nothing stands up to your performance though today, Dave. We had 1 first place when it mattered, and then 2 wins overall going into the finals. That's pretty doggone impressive. I'll be honest, you guys were playing a bunch before I even got here. And I have not seen
sour grapes.
No.
You shut up. Don't tell him that.
Let me
we
finish.
were. It's like batting practice. I'm sorry that you didn't see it that way, but we're professional athletes over here.
I was trying to say, in all the times, including today, and I've ever seen you play Mario Kart, all I was trying to say is I have not seen you not win. That it was a compliment.
He
I wasn't trying to say it was that
has
impressive.
never seen me not win.
Why'd you say that?
I mean, because it's the
He
truth.
may be the world's best Mario Kart player. Stan.
Not.
I have been telling. But listen, there's no reason for you to be jealous of your father, aka the champion of champions.
Anything, I'm jealous you can learn from him.
Yeah, you can learn. I am a truly great mentor when it comes to Mario Kart. Whether you listen or not, that's up to me. Do I think you hold on to your weapons too much? Yes, I do. Now, Roberts said he held on to the red shell. I was in first place. I needed a shield. I'm not going to use a red shell in first place. Can you? I mean, he wanted me to use a red shell in first place.
Why
would I do that? So like I could hit the person in last place with a red shell? Would that make any sense?
Played this guy in Madden. I beat him 100-0. Like
in Madden.
Yeah.
It was this the Madden? Well, excuse me. Excuse me. Was this the Madden championship challenge?
On that note,
no. This was the Mario Kart challenge. Davey Mac is your champion. That's my second championship in these challenges thus far. And I'm going to keep that winning streak forever. Anyway, I want to say this.
Tune into the next episode where we do the Madden challenge. Stanley and Bobby get their revenge.
It's been a fantastic Davey Mac Sports program, and we will be back in regular fashion with Roy Harder next week. I do have to thank Stanley Mac. You played very well. All jokes aside, good job. Good effort. Well done. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for beating Bobby Tamburro especially. That makes me extremely happy. That makes me very happy that you beat Bobby Tamburro for all that he's done in the past. All right, just relax. Bobby Tamburro, amazing. This was an amazing event, amazing episode. God bless you. God bless America. Davey Mac Sports Program over and out. Good night, everybody.